Hello YouTube, what's up? My name is Chicken Fried Rice, and today, well, guess what? We're going to be playing some ruse. This is going to be a 3-on-3 in, on the map Scrum, and this is going to be in 1945 game mode. I'm playing with two random people, and this game, well, I'm going to invent an award that I'm going to give out each week, and it's probably going to be on the award every this video that has the award is going to be on every Friday. And the award goes to, well, pretty much the noobiest player I encountered that week. And for this week, it goes to R.U.S.E for the noobiest player of the week award. He gets it. Thank you very much. I'm very proud of having invented that. So, pretty much, what happens this game is this guy goes perish right off the bat. And what I do is I do a B1 Laffy combo, to do some push. Now, the Para-Rush itself, it's an easy move to pull out early game, and usually what you want to do is you want to pair drop the depots, or unless you want to try and cap the base. And that's exactly what he does, which is actually really, really, really smart. The problem is that he did not go into options. Now, I'm going to show you guys something very special that you need to know. Now, he goes here, and obviously by doing this, he's stopping the guy's economy dead in its tracks. But really, what he could do, which would do so much more damage to the guy's economy, is destroy the depots. Now, how do you do that, you may ask? When I try and point over a depot, my infantry just decide to capture it. Well, you just put your infantry right beside the depot, then you go into options, then you go automatic fire on buildings. You click it on or off, and then you press apply. If you keep it on, units will automatically fire on buildings. Infantry can destroy buildings, if you didn't know. So, you do that, and then these depots would end up being blown up. But all this guy does is sit there for about, like, I don't know, 2 minutes, blocking enemy supplies. Now, yes, this has an effect on the economy, but it's not as effective as taking out the depots, because then you're removing $40 for each depot, which is a lot more than just blocking a bit of cash influx for a bit. So, when you're looking over here, you see me, I'm starting to move into this guy's base with a few B1s, heavy tanks, and some Laffies. So, as this game progresses, let's just fast forward a bit. And you'll see this German guy here is not playing very aggressive. He's playing more defensively, which is not dumb. And you'll see that the para-rush tactic, it really did not work out for Zum or our team. So, right here what I'm doing is, you guys may not see it, but I have a truck on the way, and it's going to set up a secondary HQ right here. In the meantime, I had some forces going into this guy's base. Unfortunately, they were stopped by a giant pile of infantry. With a blitzkrieg, obviously. And on the right flank, when we swing over here, we can see that the German guy is absolutely doing nothing. He's made of infantry here and there. Besides that, he's just letting himself get bombed. Our British guy, because of his stupidity at the beginning of the game, has difficulty holding air superiority, while the enemy has a lot of Spitfires and fighter bombers able to pretty much rain a hellstorm of damage on our base. So right here, I start setting up a secondary base, because I want to be able to push through this side, because I'm going to have to hold all of this to protect the British guy. Not that he can't protect himself, but, he's not the most capable players. He's making Typhoons 7 minutes into the game, which is fucking stupid. People, do not make Typhoons 7 minutes into a game. Waste of your money. Waste of your team's money and resources, like, seriously. If this guy would have spent all the money he spent on Typhoons making Spitfires, he might have been able to hold air superiority. So right here, what I do is I'm setting up my anti-aircraft guns in the woods there. I start making a little bit of an anti-aircraft shield, and you'll notice that I'm very spread out. I don't just stick a stack here and there. I just spread them out all over the place. And this guy right now has the power to roll through our base with 3 Pershings and 2 Tigers. He could if he wanted to, but he doesn't. And this is my gold, because what I'm doing here is I'm teching Lorraines, and then I'm going to start teching ARLs, 44s. And if he would have rolled in right away, I would have been able to do anything about it. Fortunately for him, he did not play aggressive, and he gave me the benefit of the doubt. Now we just lost a German player on the right flank, which is a bad thing because the British dude doesn't make any ground units. He's just a horrible air player in general. So right now it's pretty much this guy's few airplanes going up against this guy's huge air force with all of my, pretty much my army versus all three of their armies, because this guy has like a stack of Spitfires which was just sitting around while he was bombing all of my anti-aircraft guns. So right here with him bombing all my AA, I'm quick to respond and to get a lot more anti-aircraft guns up and running. Just the thing with the AA guns is, first of all, we had these depots, we were still holding them. And the thing about him is that it gives him something to think about. He's going to be using his air to take out these anti-aircraft guns at the place of maybe trying to go in for an admin run on this base or this base. So that can really play to our advantage. So right now we're in camp neutral, so it means we can see everything. You see this guy has a lot more units. Now our guy starts to be evenly matched in the amount of aircraft. Unfortunately for me, I was still unable to stop all of those bombers with my anti-aircraft guns. That was very unfortunate. I did manage to kill quite a few enemy aircraft. Even if he managed to do a successful bombing run, we did a major dent in his air force. This is all the planes he has left. He lost the majority of his planes. Here, you see this guy who has a stack of Pershings. You know, just keep stacking him up. This guy, the German guy, is not doing much. He has those 2 Tigers. 3 Tigers now, which haven't done a single thing since the beginning of the game. And over there, well, you have the British guy. And if you look at me, let's take one good look at me. I have 4 or 5 admins, and I have 0 stack of units. Now, he could just probably roll into my base, and I wouldn't be able to do anything about it. But all of a sudden, I see a stack appear, so I'm like, oh my god, he's going to try and move in. So I start making Lorraines. And at the rate this guy moves with his Tigers and Pershings, I'd be able to have a sufficient amount of Lorraines and ARL-44s to stop him right in his tracks. But still, it's nice to have a little bit of an army just in case. So right here, I have my nice little anti-aircraft guns here, you know, just in case. This guy was able to rebuild his air fleet very, very quickly, and on our side, but we don't have much because this guy's still busy making Typhoons like a jackass. Although he has a lot more Spitfires than he started with, which is a good thing. But right here, this guy going in for another bombing run. You see, he's focusing on this AA. He really wants to get rid of it, which is a good thing for me because, well, he's focusing on the AA and not on the admins here, which he does later. So, at this point in the game, this guy he's starting to make another stack of Pershings because he wants to attack even more. So he has Pershings, and he's starting to invest in those a lot. But if you look at the economy-wise, everyone's depots, or almost everyone's depots, have ran out, and we have a far superior economy. I have 5, 6 admins, and my ally here has 6 admins as well. So this puts us in a good economical position to take on the opposition, and really, you also have to be smart with how you play your units, and don't just rush them in to get killed in a random location. It will really not work out to your advantage at all. So right here, the British dude starts to go in artillery, trying to pound the guys out slowly on this side. And on the other side, as usual, this guy is making a giant air force, except this time he's going for an admin run on a British guy. He's not going to go for an admin run on me, because the simple fact is I have a giant wall of AA here. This guy here has a bunch of Spitfires, and I made more AA, and he has a bunch of AA here. But here is pretty much the weakest spot, and it's also where there's the most to lose, which is very unfortunate for us because we end up losing a lot from that bombing run. Unfortunately for me, the British guys just destroys all my allies' admins. But I still have some form of an economy, so that's okay with me. And right now, you see, this is usually what you don't want to do, is radio silence your main sector. The reason why I'm doing this is because I want to keep it hidden that I have some form of a fighting force to defend myself with. This guy thinks I've got a wall of AA and nothing else to try and stop him. And right here in the city, he's got like 7 infantry, my ally. If this guy wouldn't have had recon and been crazy enough just to drive in there, he would have lost so many units. And you can tell here that he has quite a large stack. And he could probably add a few more Pershings, but he keeps these 3 here on defense with those tigers. Now what he does is he's going to use a bunch of infantry to take that city, but it would have just been easier to let the bombers do it and not wait for the infantry, which is pretty much what he does. Now the American guy starts making his move, and unfortunately for him, I have recon, which tells me that he is going to be coming for this bridge. And just by doing that, I am able to mobilize my giant stack of stuff. You can tell here, I have a lot of Lorraines. I have a few ARL-44s, but no matter how much infantry he would throw at me, those ARLs are able to stop him dead cold. So right here, my anti-aircraft gun's doing some work, but now I see his Pershing starting to merge. And here's what you want to do. Here's the problem. Let's pause this. Now, oh look at this. This is kind of cool. The bullets are just frozen in midair. Now, what you wanted to think about is this simply. When you're crossing a bridge, and let's say my unit range, I can't show you guys, but let's say my unit range is right here, that's where I want it to be, because right now they're all in a funnel, and I just funneled them. When you're crossing a bridge, you want to make sure to clear out the opposing force before crossing the bridge. Do not let yourself get stuck like this, because what's going to happen, this guy's going to cross the bridge, and let's put this in regular speed, and so I'm just going to set up my force so that I am picking him off, and I can have 4 of my Lorraines firing on one Pershing while all his other tanks are too far back to do anything about it. And by doing this, I'm literally just picking him off one by one, and I'm literally, like, I don't have a single unit routed. His whole entire stack of units is routed. This is crazy. Like, it's the smartest thing to do. Always put your units just in range of the bridge. So like that, you're forcing the enemy to funnel in, which is a great thing. And right here, you see, I just destroyed all of his units. Now he has nothing to fight me back with. He has a few Pershings here. This guy has a few admins. Sure, you could go bomb those though. And this guy here probably doesn't have much. And that's really what allowed us to win this game. Is I was able to set up very well. And notice here how I have a giant wall of anti-aircraft. If he would have gone by here with his army, I would have had to build an army of here. Even though he wouldn't have made it all the way here before I had an army built here, he would have most likely had secured this territory, which would allow him to just do a lot more damage. And right there is the end of the game, guys. So as usual, thanks for watching. Leave your comments below. Please subscribe. And if you want to play with me or any of my friends in Ruse or any other game on Steam, check out our Steam group, which the link is in the description of the channel. And one last thing, I want to ask this question because I've been thinking of doing it. I've been wondering if anyone is interested in joining a World of Tanks clan with me. I was thinking of maybe starting up my own clan. I know I may not have the highest ranking tank in the world, but by doing that, it would pretty much allow me to play with you guys, the fans, very easily, since we would be in a clan. So you guys leave that in the comments below what you think about that. So thanks for watching, guys.